Hello everyone, welcome to Learn English with Amali. Today we will learn English with scary World Cup stories. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Story 1. The Dark Field. Tom was a poor boy in a small town. He loved football more than anything. Every day he trained after school. His dream was the World Cup. One cool night, he went to an old field. The field was empty and dark. A strange wind moved across the grass. Tom kicked his ball. The ball rolled into the darkness. Tom ran after it. Then he saw a black ball beside his ball. He never brought a black ball. The black ball started moving along. Tom felt cold fear. The ball stopped near a broken goal. A tall shadow stood inside the goal. The shadow had no face. Tom could not move. Then the shadow pointed at him. Tom screamed and ran home. For many years he trained harder and harder. He never forgot that night. One day he played in the World Cup. He became a famous football star. Story 2. The Whisper in the Stadium. Alex lived with his mother in a poor house. He wanted to play in the World Cup. Every night he practiced football. One evening he entered an empty stadium. The sky was gray. The air felt strange. Alex kicked the ball and smiled. Suddenly the lights went out. Everything became dark. Then he heard a whisper. The voice said, "Leave now." Alex looked around. Nobody was there. The voice came again. This time it was louder. Alex saw a dark figure near the seats. The figure slowly walked toward him. Alex felt terror. He grabbed the ball and ran away. For years he worked hard. He joined the national team. Finally, he reached the World Cup. The scary memory never left him. Story 3. The Ghost Goalkeeper. Ryan was a poor boy from a small village. He loved football every day. His biggest dream was the World Cup. Many people laughed at him, but Ryan never stopped training. One rainy night, he went to a football field. The field was empty. Dark clouds covered the sky. Ryan started practicing penalties. Suddenly, an old goalkeeper appeared. Ryan did not hear him arrive. The old man smiled strangely. Ryan kicked the ball. The goalkeeper stopped the shot easily. Ryan kicked again and again. The goalkeeper stopped every ball. Ryan became angry and confused. Then lightning flashed across the sky. For 1 second, the field became bright. The goalkeeper disappeared. Nobody was standing there. Only a wet ball remained. Ryan ran home in fear. Years later, he became a great player. He played in the World Cup final. Millions of people watched him, but he never forgot The Ghost Goalkeeper. Story 4. The Room Under the Stadium. Jake was a quiet boy. His family had very little money. Football was his only hope. He trained every day after work. One day, he visited an old stadium. Nobody was there. Jake walked through a dark hallway. Then he found a black door. The door was under the stadium. Jake slowly opened it. Cold air touched his face. Inside was a large room. Many footballs were on the floor. Everything was silent. Suddenly, one ball moved. Then another ball moved. Soon all the balls were moving. Jake stepped back in fear. Then he heard children laughing. But there were no children. A dark hand came from the wall. Jake screamed loudly. He ran as fast as he could. He never returned to that room. Years passed, and Jake became stronger. His dream finally came true. He played in the World Cup. Fans around the world cheered for him. But sometimes he still dreamed about that room. Story 5. The Red Shadow. Leo was a poor boy with a big dream. He wanted to play in the World Cup. Every day he trained on a small field. One evening he stayed late. The sun was gone. The field became dark. Leo kicked the ball toward the goal. Then he saw a red shadow. The shadow stood behind the goal. Leo blinked his eyes, but the shadow was still there. It slowly moved closer. Leo felt ice in his body. The shadow had bright red eyes. It pointed at the ball. Then it disappeared. Leo ran home in terror. For many years he worked hard. He became a strong football player. One day he entered the World Cup. The crowd cheered his name. But he never forgot the red shadow. Story 6. The Silent Player. Noah loved football more than anything. His family was very poor. He trained every morning before school. One night, he played alone. The field was covered by fog. Noah heard footsteps behind him. He turned round. A football player stood there. The player wore old clothes. He said nothing. Noah tried to speak. The player stayed silent. Then he pointed to the goal. Noah kicked the ball. The ball entered the goal. When Noah looked back, the player was gone. Only 5 remained. Noah was very afraid. Still, he continued training. Years later, he became famous. He played in the World Cup. Fans called him a hero. But he always remembered the silent player. Story 7. The Last Match. Ethan was a poor boy from a cold town. His dream was to play in the World Cup. He trained every day for many years. One night, he found an old football field. A sign stood near the gate. The sign said, Last match tonight. Ethan felt curious. He entered the field. Many players were there. They all wore black uniforms. The match started. Nobody spoke a single word. The players moved strangely. Their faces looked pale. Ethan became afraid. Then he saw that none of the players had shadows. The ball stopped at his feet. A cold fist said, "Join us forever." Ethan ran away as fast as he could. When he looked back, the field was empty. Years later, he became a football star. He played in the World Cup final, but he never forgot the last match.